What's going on, everybody? TheKennyDubz coming at you with another Pokemon Master Sync Pair discussion video. If you guys are enjoying, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, be sure to support. So, I figured I'd start with what seems to be one of the more controversial Anniversary Sync Pairs this time, and that's going to be Anniversary Steven and Shiny Rayquaza. First, let's just go over the basics with him, I guess. Hoenn Flag Bearer powers up the moves of all its Sync Pairs by 10%. Reduces their attack move damage taken by all its sync pairs by 20%. The more each ally sync pair with Hoenn theme you have on your team, the higher the percentages are. Move power up moves by 10%, reduces damage by 3%. Maximum power up is 30%, and move reduction is 26%. Passive 2, downside up. When the user stats would be lower, they are raised by the same amount instead. Good form. The more the user stats have been raised, the more powers up the user's moves. And passive 4. Move gauge refresh 4 is 50% chance of charging the user's move gauge by when the move is successful. So, pretty good so far. Let's move on to the stats, and this is where I think a lot of where the confliction begins, right? So Mega Rayquaza or Rayquaza Mega Rayquaza don't have the highest offensive stats, but a lot of people seem to just like, oh, you know, it's bad. When I'm just like, we just had this conversation a few months ago with Maxie and Archie. A lot of people were just like, oh, you know, Kyogre's bad, its stats are low. I'm just like, you're wrong. Right? So, realistically, yes, its stats are pretty low, but because the stats are low, you have to look at the passives that it has, right? It has downside up, which is pretty good. And then it has good form. Good form, the more the user's stats have been raised, more powers up the moves. So you're already getting your stats raised, and then you're getting an additional multiplier because your stats are being raised. So that's pretty good. Then we scroll down. Let's just scroll down to the moves because I'll get more into like the multipliers on the sync grid. Dragon Ascent, 4 gauge move, lowers the defense split up by 1 rank. X attack, +2 attack. Draco Meteor. We know Draco Meteor does 3 gauge move. -2 special attack, then Sky High. Raises the user crit hit rate by 3 stat ranks. Apply a super effective up next to the user. When using Mega Rayquaza, also raises the user's speed by 2 ranks. So this just gives you max crit by yourself, and super effective up next. That's pretty good. And then we have the Dragon Ascent sync move, which turns you into Mega Rayquaza. So what I'm trying to get into with so now let's head on over to the sync grid so we can see where else Steven has power. Now we're over here at the sync grid, and let's actually take a look at what things Steven has in his grid. Let's start at the top. We have Dragon Ascent Fleet Feet, raises speed by 1 rank when the move is successful. Okay, pretty good. Actually, I'll just leave that on. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 sync move multipliers. Move refresh on Dragon Ascent. We have Fierce Entry 1, which is, it's okay, it's +1 attack, so you know. We have Head Start 1. Do that so that you can kind of see it on. I'm kind of over there, so you really won't see it on the side, but Fierce Entry. We have Clear Sync Up 9. Power to use the sync moves when weather conditions are not in effect. That's pretty good. We have the Weather Wipe 9, 100% chance of removing weather conditions when the user uses a move. So this combos with this to raise your sync move damage. We have Clear Sync Up 5, powers up the sync moves when weather effects are not in effect. That's pretty good. So you have Clear Sync Up 5 and you have Clear Sync Up 9. Sync freebie, you know, pretty cool. Draco Meteor Crit Strike 2, that's pretty good. So you can have your Crit Strike as a move or as a lucky skill on top of this. Which I didn't mention earlier. The fact that he gets stat increases rather than stat decreases is really big, because that means you could run either a Draco Meteor build or you could run the Dragon Ascent build with just rolling Crit Strike too. You don't have to worry about having Dauntless. We have Clear Power Up 1, which raises powers up the user moving weather conditions not in effect. We have Clear as Day, which prevents the user from becoming confused, trapped, or flinching while weather conditions are not in effect, which is just pretty good. So, despite Rayquaza having somewhat low stats, what was it? 254 attack, right? You have fat multipliers on your grid, like for your sync moves. And I'm not sure how much a multiplier clear power up 1 is, but that's still additional power up, right? So you have that, and then you have come over here. You have good form as well. So it's not like Rayquaza is going to be doing like 0 damage, you know, with his attacks, because I'm gonna estimate that clear power up 1 should be roughly the same as like a weather boost for like Kyogre Groudon, right? So Kyogre has pretty low special attack at 273, but its moves get powered up in the rain, right? You get a 50% boost on your water moves in the rain, right? So if this is a 50% boost on just for having no weather in effect, that's really, really good. Like, despite him having 254 attack, like, that's fine. Like, if he had too much more than that, he'd probably be really, really busted. Because you also have good form, which is just an inherent multiplier. The more you use the stats have been raised, which you're going to be doing anyway, either inherently or with help with something else. Because you come over here and you have Sky High, raises your crit rate. You have Dragon Descent, which raises your defense and your SPDF. So you're going to be having multipliers for like already in place for your good form, just with Rayquaza by himself, not counting any support units you might have. And then you come in here, you get clear power up 1. That's another multiplier, which again I'm just estimating that's going to be fat, because it'd be really weird if it wasn't a fat multiplier. But even if it's not like a fat multiplier, right? You figure like 20 or 30% up. That's still pretty good, right? Because you're going to want to be raising your attack and your speed and your crit if you're using a physical build. It's going to be a special attack if you're using going to be special attack if you're raising your if you're using the Draco Meteor build. So that's 3 stats right there at least that you're going to be raising. And then if you're using physical build, you're also getting the defense and the SPDF raises as well. That's just powering up your good form even more. That's why I'm kind of confused. Like, I feel like a lot of people might just be memeing about it, right, about the low stats. But I also feel like a good amount of people are probably serious because I don't know. This just seems like the Kyogre and Groudon situation again, where a lot of the community were just kind of like, yeah, these Pokemon aren't all that good. It's like, no, they're really good. You just lack critical information about the game. But yeah, anyway, let me know your thoughts down below about Rayquaza if you're going to be pulling for him. I actually might pull for him in particular because I could always use more flying units, because flying is one of my weaker types, especially physical flying, because I don't have Silvally, and well, I have Silvally at 2 out of 5, and Nate's kind of existing, I guess, but he's only at 1 out of 5, and I got my Aerial Ace Rayquaza too, so yeah, there's that. Anyway, yeah, let me know what you think about Rayquaza. If you're gonna be pulling for him or another sync pair. I'll have the other sync pair discussions up pretty soon, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.